So today I'm just gonna get straight into it. We're gonna begin with recapping on who we are, going over our whys and our core values. Then we'll be celebrating the wins from last year, recognizing each and every one of you who served. And then we'll do a team activity, which is a skill building activity where we'll be taking a first step and moving into our venture as a team. And then I will share the visions for you with the help of Aubrey for this coming year, and we'll end it with questions and answers. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, so to begin, who we are. This is our why. This is why we do what we do here in Kids Live. We are laying a foundation for kids to discover, encounter, and display the love of Jesus that will last a lifetime. And before we go to core values, who knows our core values here at Kids Live? Ready? We go 1, 2, 3. We have
Love,
trust, wisdom. Very good. So because of Jesus, we will love. We will treat others the way that we want to be treated. And we will trust God no matter what. And we will have wisdom in making wise choices. And so these core values are reflected in our leadership and also for the kids. So, core values. Very good. Next, we're going to go with celebrating the win. So last year, our word of the year was
Adventure.
Adventure! Yay! I actually brought stickers for you guys today. So you guys can pick a sticker, pass it along.
I want to agree one.
Who doesn't like stickers? So our goal for last year was to take the kids on an adventure, deeper into their theology, deeper into their worship, deeper into their calling. And through your leadership, as many of you witnessed, I believe that we succeeded and that was a success. Because we see kids remembering their memory verse that I can't even remember most of the time. Sorry. And all our big ideas from like previous months. That's crazy. And we saw kids participating and volunteering to lead worship and asking deeper questions about who they are and who God is. Like asking about what Trinity is. And these are only 4 or 5-year-olds, even like 3-year-olds. I'm impressed. So thank you guys so much for your leadership and for fighting through, even if it's hard sometimes, but thank you guys so much. I also want to recognize you for being flexible. We've had so many schedule changes last year, from splitting into 2 services, which I completely forgot about. And we used to only have 1 service at the beginning of last year. And then we had adding classroom bathroom times and figuring out when to add snack time before the kids got very antsy. So thank you so much for not only playing out this, being flexible with the schedule changes, but to really carrying out the schedule in excellence. And seriously, you guys are so amazing in being flexible with me and with all the changes to make our kids' ministry better. And last but not least, I would also like to recognize you for cultivating a safe and fun, loving environment. Through your love and dedication, you guys made a huge impact on seeing the kids coming in and knowing that they're going to be loved and that they're going to be encouraged. And the coolest part is not only did you pour into those kids, but the kids are starting to pour into others. And so we have kids volunteering to serve snacks. We have kids volunteering to lead prayer. And kids even being encouraging and cheering for each other during game time. That's awesome. And that's all through your leadership and through what you guys are showing them. So thank you guys so much. Specifically, I want to specify on the wins for our team. We have Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea. I want to recognize Chelsea for serving every single Sunday. Same with Ashley. And for stepping up when we have behavioral issues. So thank you so much, Chelsea, for helping us out. I'd like to recognize Natalie for always coming in with an open heart, and as Ashley told me, for showing up with initiative and being eager to read the curriculum before coming to serve on Sundays. And then Diego. Diego is one of our newest volunteers, this little 6th grader who came in, and he became a light into our classroom. So thank you so much for deciding, for stepping up to be part of our team, and for coming in the classroom being excited to be with those kids. Next, I'd like to recognize Ruben. Ruben for keeping us on our toes. He always gives us all these good suggestions, and we're slowly being able to adjust what we have to make our ministry better. So thank you so much, Ruben. And then Larissa, we have a little, she's in 7th grade now? Yes, she's in 7th grade, wow. So thank you, 6th grade? Yeah, she's going to 7th grade. I love these student leaders. I love you guys so much. And so Larissa, I want to recognize you for your sincere love that you have for these kids and even your brother, and showing these kids, hey, siblings can love each other and take care of each other too. So thank you so much. And for always being willing to take on new opportunities, new challenges, even though it might seem scary or something new. And then I want to recognize Ashley for coming up with new ideas. It is Ashley who comes up with all our sign language, all our movements for our big ideas, and for whatever else we need. And for serving every Sunday, adapting our curriculum to the kids that you have. So thank you so much. I really appreciate all that you do for us. And for those who have just joined us, I have a packet for you. This is simply what we are going through. Oh, perfect. Did you get one?
No.
Thank you. Oh, it's fast. Okay, so I think everyone deserves a round of applause for all of these guys. Thank you so much. And next, we are going to take our first step in moving into our adventure as a team. We're going to be, this year, we're going to have Zoom calls. So Zoom calls are online calls that we're going to do as a team. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on your laptop. We'll send you more information about that. And we'll have 4 meetings where we talk about different trainings on specific areas that we can grow in our ministry. So today we're going to begin with 4 ways to move deeper into how we engage with the kids better. And in light of our word of the year, which is move. This is move. And we are going to use the letters of move to help us remember these 4 ways that we can engage better with the kids. So first, M, meet. Meet the kids at their level. Meet them where they're at, even if it means bending down, making eye contact with them, and hearing them out, and letting know, hey, I'm sincerely here to listen to you and to love you. So meet them at where they're at, and also meet them where they're at on their adventure with God. Some of these kids, this is their first time hearing about Jesus. First time feeling loved, just like how Jesus loves us. And so, meet them, recognize them, and make sure that you show them, hey, I'm here for you. And that's what we are as leaders. Next, O. O, observe. Observe yourself. Observe how you are reflecting onto these kids. As I mentioned in recognizing each and every one of you, you have been doing a phenomenal job reflecting our core values of love, trust, and making wise choices. So continue doing that. And as leaders, volunteers, and role models, let's make sure that we are reflecting what we expect of the kids. So thinking and acting before we speak. And so when we have conversation with even just the leaders, make sure it's appropriate topics, appropriate words, and even your actions when we have snack time, make sure you say please and thank you, just to show the kids, hey, this is what we expect of you, and we are going to live what we expect. So, O, observe. V, value. Value the kids and value the other leaders. They might have had a tough morning, they might have had a tough week, and just value, even if it's a simple saying good morning, that can make a huge difference in all the kids and all the leaders' day. And so value each of the kids, and we also have kids coming in from families with broken families, or coming into a situation where they're still learning their developmental stages. They're still learning and they're still growing. So value their own story, because God placed them where they are for a reason, and we need to be able to tell them, hey, you're valued, you're loved, and whatever you're going through, God's got you, and there's a reason why they're there. And so make sure you acknowledge that and you love them. So you guys always do. Seriously, you guys are amazing. And then last but not least, E, encourage. Encourage one another. That's huge. Recognize each other verbally. And also encourage the kids. Even if they do something wrong, celebrate what they've been doing right and how they will make wiser choices the next time they encounter the same mistake. And so always encourage one another. We want to provide a safe environment and a loving environment and a place where we're just excited for each other. So, M is meet, O, observe, V, value, E, encourage. Because we are here, preschool team and kids live, this is like our big idea. We're going to say this all together with our regular voices once. So we'll say it together. M, meet.
Meet.
O, observe.
Observe.
V, value.
Value.
E, encourage.
Encourage.
Now I'm going to say it really, really tiny so no one can really hear us, okay? M, meet. O, observe. V, value. E, encourage. Now we're going to say it at the top of our lungs so that even the elementary room can hear us. M, meet.
Meet.
O, observe.
Observe.
V, value.
Value.
E, encourage.
Encourage.
Very good. Everyone deserves a sticker because we don't have Bible books. Very good. Another sticker. So we're going to next move on to our vision casting. So to begin, we're going to start with the toddlers. We have a new transition going on where we'll have the toddlers from 2 years old joining our class for most of the time that we have our services. So I'm going to invite our new toddler department lead, Aubrey. And that's your name, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. She's going to share us what toddler is going to look like for 2020.
Alright, so this is kind of new. The Lord placed this on my heart, and I actually had a conversation with Ashley and Amanda at their house, before the new year. But a little bit before I get into the vision, a little bit about like my little background. I was a preschool teacher for 2 years at a Christian school, and so when I left, I got into more teaching. I went into substituting. I was there for 2 years, and then I'm now working with adults with disabilities. But ever since I've left that preschool classroom, I felt like a part of my heart was missing. And so when the opportunity came up and they said, oh, we want a toddler room, I was like, God, is that like what you want me to do? Like, I know that my heart has been, I want to get back into teaching, but do you want me to do it just on Sundays and pour into the kids the way that you really want them to be poured into, instead of doing it throughout the whole week and it burns you out, and then you come in on Sunday and you try and do it and it's just not the best you know that it can be. So I was like, okay, God, like, this is what you want me to do, like, show me. And so then I ended up texting Carrie Ann, and we ended up having a meeting, and I was like, all right, like, here we go, we're going for it.
Lifesaver.
And so my heart behind wanting to go into it is, I know that for myself, I grew up in a Christian home. I grew up going to Christian school and going to church, and ended up eventually having life turn upside down and not knowing the difference between up and down and front and back, and kind of lost my way. And one night I was just sitting in my room and knew that something wasn't right, and I knew I felt like life was just not what it was supposed to be. And I remember thinking back to kids ministry and learning songs and learning verses, and they came back to me, and I just remember sitting there in my room sobbing, saying, God, I know that this isn't what you have for me. And so that's my heart behind wanting to do toddler room, is pouring into them at a young age, because I can remember the song that God brought back to my mind. It says, I will jump up on the solid rock and lift my hands up to the sky. And the storms may come, the winds may blow, but I'm going to hold on to your word. And the devil may come, and he might try and pull me away, but I'm going to hold on to your word. And that's what I want to pour into those kids this year, is not just that they are loved, but I want them to start hiding his word inside of their heart. So when those times in life do come, they're going to have that to fight the enemy. And so not only do I want them to feel loved and experience and know God's love now, so that they know what love really is growing up, but that they also have that word inside of their heart. So that's kind of my vision and my heart behind having the toddler rooms open now, or this year, is that they can experience God now and they can have His Word. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Aubrey. Seriously, Aubrey, the lifesaver, because I have no knowledge of toddlers. I just know they're adorable. So thank you so much for taking a step in that. And so we've been working on it for a couple of Sundays, our schedule. We'll have the preschools and the toddlers combined from check-in to having all our snacks together, and then we'll have worship together, and then they'll be divided into their different classrooms for look at the book time for our Bible study. And then they'll come back, join us during encounter activity and play, and then they'll be picked up back in the preschool room. And so this also provides the older kids that we have in our kindergarten and preschool class to serve the younger ones. And so a couple of Sundays ago, we had one of the toddlers come in. So my mom just had to get some things done. And just seeing the kindergartners step up and to make sure that this little toddler is safe, that this little toddler is loved, was so heartwarming. And I want to see more of that this year, to give these older kids an opportunity to serve their younger siblings, their younger friends. And so we will have that coming. So thank you, Aubrey. Thank you so much. If you have any questions with toddlers, she's your go-to person. And I'd also like to share our vision for the entire preschool kindergarten team. So in the light of our word of the year, which is move. Very good. We're moving the kids deeper into their adventure with God. I mean, finding their identity with God. A lot of these kids are starting to ask, hey, who am I? What does God want me to do? Why am I here? And so I think starting to build that foundation now will definitely help them, especially going into elementary. And being set apart, taking leadership, having confidence in themselves, and believing that they are God's sons and daughters. And another focus that I want to really emphasize is providing opportunities to have them lead and serve. And just as the toddlers are coming in, also provide an opportunity during connect groups. We'll have opportunities for them to serve as well. And most exciting part, our vision as a team is moving each and every one of us deeper into our own adventure with God. I believe that the more that we are filled, the more that we can fill in others. And being your department lead for the preschool team, I'm your #1 cheerleader. I want to be able to move you, to place you with opportunities and leadership so that you can grow where God is calling you to grow. I'm not the playmaker. I'm not trying to set everything and make sure that I'm able to teach the kids well, or I'm able to run the class well. I can't do this without you. All I'm here is to distribute where need is needed. Be able to pour into you so that you can grow spiritually as well. And so that leads us to our last page of our packet. So on this last page of our packet, everyone can turn to our last page. This form will be turned into me after this meeting. And those who are watching in the video, you will be emailing it to me after you fill it out. We are going to start distributing the jobs in the classrooms more. I know we started doing that with the student leaders, but I want to be able to move you where God wants you to move. So if you could take some time to fill out these questions, I would greatly appreciate it. And you can circle as much as you want or as little as you want. There's an option for serving in toddlers or in kindergarten and preschool. If you're drawn to serve in toddlers more and preschool more, please let me know so that I can actually schedule you where you want to be. We're also having worship. If you want to lead worship, if you want to be part of the worship team, we are taking volunteers for that. And that will require practice once a week, or how do you guys do that? Just videos?
We make videos.
Oh, nice. Everything's at home. It's all videos.
Courtney and I have been meeting and coming up with hand motions for the videos, and then they get put on YouTube. So we have a YouTube channel if you're interested in learning worship songs or even at home with your kids, you just want to play them so that they like know even. There's a YouTube, or is it Spotify? No, it's YouTube.
No, it's
There's a
and
YouTube.
Spotify.
Yeah, you guys can the hand motions are all there. Some of the songs that we do in there.
I know, that's how I like when you did about the kids. I was like, yeah. So that's why I came here. I'm like, this is like because their happiness and the way that they dance, because they have no fear, they have no shame. It's so contagious to others that. Because Vivian is Vivian's mom, by the way, so she's very active. She loves to sing and dance, and sometimes she's just moving around, and I'm like, I'm tired. She's like, well, you have to. It's so nice to dance, but I taught her how to dance too, but sometimes I feel like I can't. But she's ready, so kids, like, she threw out there in our, was it the worship team meeting we had? Like, bringing the kids to the church, to the chapel.
Yes.
I like that idea. So I was going to ask you, where do they get their songs from? So you said through YouTube? But how do we get to those? Is it just...
There's also on Spotify.
I can send a link out to you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna email you.
Okay.
So let me get your contact information afterwards.
Very
But
nice.
as you fill that out, if you have any questions or concerns or anything that you want to share, I'm filling out the last page. Yeah. I have a question. Yes.
The ages, so I know what a toddler is, but
Yes.
so is it like between
So
1 and
toddler
4?
will be from 2 to 4, 3? No, 2.
Twos and threes.
Twos
Once
and
they
threes.
get 4
Okay.
preschool.
And then 4
4 through
5
kinder.
or to kinder.
Okay.
And obviously that could also be a sliding scale because we also understand some like who are younger or just they do better in classroom time. So like we can
Yeah.
like because
So it'll be kind of like flip-flopping.
She was like 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So Vivi, she's very capable because our lessons is mostly for the lessons. Because in the kindergarten preschool room, our lesson is 20 minutes long, and we teach for 10 minutes. While in the toddler, the lesson will be 5 minutes long, and they'll have interactive activities throughout it. And so if a child is able to sit through 10 minutes and interact like Vivi, she's totally able to do all that. She'll be with the kindergartners. And so it's more their developmental stage rather than their actual age. Okay. And it also depends on potty training too. Because toddlers, we're going to be able to train them to change their diapers and their pull-ups, because many of them are in pull-ups. While in kindergarten, they have to be potty trained in the preschool kindergarten class.
I was like, no thank you.
Way butts.
Any questions? No? Awesome. Yeah, just take your time in filling that out. We also have connect groups coming up, and if you don't have to serve every connect group, but if you want to serve like one Wednesday or 2 Sundays during the session, you're always welcome to do that too. This year, we're going to change it up a little bit on how connect group is going to work. We're going to have an opportunity for elementary kids to work with the preschoolers and kind of combine them here and there. We're still working on it, so we'll keep you updated. But if that's something you're interested in, circle it, and we'll keep you notified.
I have a question.
Yes.
So let's say I volunteer to serve in pre-K
Yes.
for next Sunday.
Yes.
Is it going to be the 9 a.m. and 11? Like, what's the
No, you
hours?
get to pick.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
so we definitely want you to sit in one service and serve the other service. And so you can come
I was
in.
just worried about Vivian having to stay here for like 5,
Yes,
6
so
hours.
for Vivi,
So
we
she-
have
okay.
several kids who are here for both services. Usually when I'm in there, I have them have service with Ashley first service, and second service have them serve and help me
And
out.
they do good throughout the whole.
Yeah, they do really well.
They do?
Yeah,
Okay.
they do really well.
Maybe she's great.
Yeah,
She
she
just-
brings so
okay.
much light into the class.
She'll
She
be
brings
okay.
energy into the class.
I wanted to be like, I'm
We'll make
tired.
sure
Okay.
to have her tired out, so by the time she goes home, she can take a nap.
Okay,
That is our goal for preschool, to tire them out.
Okay, nice.
Stop the blood sugar and sugar.
Yes.
If there is a time, we're super flexible, so trial and error. If you try it and she does good for, one Sunday with doing 2, but you try it again and like she doesn't do well,
Okay.
we're flexible.
Yeah, just so you know,
Yeah.
because you guys are with her. I mean, she when I bring her, she's happy. When we go home, she's still happy. So, kind of like test her to see how she does for like more hours.
Definitely.
on that.
Definitely try.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, serving and we're super flexible with.
Yeah.
information or you've updated, please just write it on that last form, and then I'll make sure to contact you.
I had a random idea. I don't know
Yes.
if this is even possible, but
Anything.
like family Saturdays, so like
Okay.
random Saturdays, maybe we find like a
Mhm.
thing. Like, 'cause I know we want the kids to like,
Yes.
or even
community
if on
outreaches.
campus,
Yeah.
like, hey, this wall needs painting,
Mm-hmm.
family service day,
That's a
or
good idea.
yeah, or something in the
Mhm.
community.
Yeah.
That's one of my goals for kids like this, that kids are learning to serve in different ways, and so I'm playing around with a few different ideas right now. So none of this is like it's gonna happen, but like potentially going during a Wednesday night to a convalescent home and doing like caroling to like the people that live there, things like that are like fun and cute and like sweet, and teaching them to think beyond themselves, beyond just the things that they see, but to think about other people. So things like that I'm thinking through and we're talking through. So yeah, this year's gonna be a good one.
That's exciting. And I'll be emailing you and sending you all the information about our Zoom calls and events coming up, like Kids Conference Roar in July, and our annual pancake and cookie parties. So, if that's all, I'm going to pray us out. We'll end our meeting. Jesus, thank you so much for gathering us here today. Thank you for providing for us, for moving us in our adventure in any situation that we're in, God. God, I pray that you give us wisdom in how we serve here today and our next steps for us to go into for 2020. Thank you for our time together, and in Jesus' name we pray. All God's children said, Amen. Thank you guys so much, and if there's any questions that come up, just shoot me a text. I'll make sure you get contact information tonight, and then, or you can ask Abby. But yeah, thank you.
Give us those last sheets.
Yes, you put the last sheets right
Okay.
here. Or yeah. Doesn't it feel good? It's so satisfying just ripping it.